Hi there. I just wanted to do a quick video showing some of the functions of the custom build of Firestorm that I've been working on for SLPW. You can see here in the versioning that it is tagged Firestorm-SLPW, make it easy. I plan to keep it up to date, at least as long as I'm doing this. Currently based on version 724.80618, which is probably a couple weeks old at this point, but is pretty much up to date with all the latest features. So I'm just going to run through the features pretty quickly, and some of them may be interesting to you. There's not very many, but I think what's here is useful. So the first one is gestures. So of course, SLPW is entirely triggered by gestures, right? If I type EX dropkick, Sila performs a dropkick. And if I turn my AO off, she won't stick at the end of the dropkick. But a common thing we have in SLPW is, we typo. What if I type EX dropkick? Well, normally when I hit enter, that's going to show up in local chat and everybody in the audience can see it. This version will check if it starts with a slash but does not match a gesture, it just quietly drops it. So nothing pops up in the local chat. So silent failure, a little bit better. A little confusing the first time it happens, but I think preferable to, especially when you're getting a little flustered and you typo 3 or 4 times in a row, you really hate seeing that show up in local chat. The second function is a gesture trigger. So normally in Firestorm and Second Life in general, it's not possible for a script to trigger a gesture. And what this means is if you want your script to be able to fire off a wrestling move such as EX dropkick, you would actually need to implement all the independent steps, which is really frustrating. Using RLV, and you'll see I'm open WLV here to run my example, but this will work with any RLV script. It just so happens that the promo HUD in WLV can send RLV commands. So this particular function is WLV specific, so you only have to worry about it for WLV. And so, but the RLV command itself is at gesture equals slash. It has to start with slash. I just wanted to be a little pickier about it to make sure I wasn't stepping on some other functionality in there. But now I can say EX dropkick, enter. And if I save that and run my promo HUD, so you'll see this is again just the promo HUD. The important thing is it's an RLV command with this text in it. And as soon as I execute it, if you listen, you'll hear the sound effects fire, the opponent stuff fires. The entire gesture runs just as if you typed it. Now, I'm going to brag on WLV real quick here for that. The way that I use this all the time, I especially use it for Taka because he's always posing. But you can mix your promo lines with your commands, so you can do a promo thing like, oh yeah, take that. And then a separator command, which splits the line up into multiple steps. And so I save that. And when I run my promo, you can see it's going to shout the text and fire this secondary command at the same time. And so you can see that right there. Anyway, okay, so the second command there is RLV gestures. WLV just happens to use RLV, but any RLV script can do that. But you need the custom viewer. Okay, let's see here. New control key. This one is really useful for streaming. I've already used it a few times. So if we go into our preferences and we look at voice, sound and media, voice, here we go. So you have these two options, hear voice from camera, hear voice from avatar. So usually when we're streaming, at least UFW, we set to hear from camera position and our avatar is positioned behind the comms desk. This way we can always hear comms clearly and loudly. But what tends to happen is we have people in the ring doing promos, or worse, at the far end of the ramp, And now they're too far away for camera position. We're streaming, so we don't want to bring up this dialogue and change everything in here. And worse, do that and that. We usually have all the HUDs turned off so that, we just have a raw view. So how the heck do you change your voice position? Um, I have a hotkey bound, and I'll show you that in a second. I can just press Control Tab, and unfortunately, you can't see the window title. So let me see if I can fix that. Turn that off. Hey, there we go. Now you can see the window title. Hopefully, it's high enough res you can read it. So every time I press Alt Tab, you'll see here from Avatar, here from Camera, Avatar, Camera. And if I turn the HUD back on and open the configuration dialog, you can actually watch it change in real time. Okay? And this is great for streaming because you can switch to here from camera position, zoom in close, let the wrestlers talk, and then just press your hotkey and toggle back to camera position when it's time for comms again. Now, I made this configurable. On my system, I'm using Control Tab just because I find that convenient. But it's down in, is it user interface? Where do you set your hotkeys in Firestorm again? Controls, there we are. And if you scroll right down near the bottom, here it is, toggle voice. And let's see here. I have it set when sitting. Oh, sorry. Toggle voice was already there. It's toggle hear from. That's why I was confused because it wasn't set. So you can see I have toggle hear from set to Control Tab when I'm sitting because I tend to sit on the camera. But also in third person, scroll down, Control Tab, toggle hear from, and that's why it's working. So you can set that to any hotkey and toggle it will. Very useful for streaming. Okay, the next section, let's see here. I already showed you here from in title. Gesture editor. Oh, a few changes to the gesture editor because in SLPW, of course, we live on gestures. So let's use dropkick again. And I'm going to use explosive dropkick because that is my favorite. I sure have a lot, don't I? Okay, there we go. Let's get rid of that. So, gesture editor. Here are some of the things that we have changed here. The first thing that I have changed is in the keyboard drop-down for your hotkeys. These first things listed are now the function keys. This is because I change the function keys every match, and scrolling down to them constantly was annoying the heck out of me. That may or may not be useful to you. You'll notice I already have this one set on subtract, but we can ignore that safely. The second thing that I have in here is that if you have a sound and you drop this list down, you probably previously had more than one copy of many of the sound effects. They're all filtered out now. It just takes the first one, and so you don't have to deal with the massive list of duplicates. If you actually do have different sounds with the same name and somehow you could tell them apart, you're going to have to rename one of them. But I kind of doubt it. Alright, let's see here. There's now a button to zero out the hotkey with one click. So previously you'd have to go in here and you'd have to scroll up to the top and you'd click the little dashes and now it's cleared. You no longer need to do that. You can just go clear hotkey. And again, because I change certain hotkeys every match, this just was something I really needed to do because I was so tired of going in here and scroll, and I'm just putting it back the way it was so I don't forget. All right. Oh yes. So now there are larger input fields when you're in chat. You'll notice that it stretches all the way out now. It's not necessarily perfect, but it's a lot better than the short little box that you used to have that was about that long. And this is good for chats. It's also good for something else also used it. I can't remember what else it was. Some kind of description field. Anyway, not important. Chats are the main one we use. Right. So, sorry, I'm just reading my list here. Huh, I wonder why I put that in that order. Okay, let's do that. I'm going to do, the next one will be inventory stuff. So that's gestures. I'm going to hit save. I don't know if I should. Still work? Yeah, okay. Good, good, good. Close. Um, Now this was something I started to implement and I didn't find it useful in the end, but I've left it in just because you can select a group of things in your inventory within one folder. You can right click and you can go list to clipboard. And what this will do is just export all those names to your clipboard. And so if I were to, for instance, open a new text file, let me find a folder where I won't regret it. Yeah, whatever, doesn't matter. And I just paste. There you go. Everything that was in that folder. And you can do that for any number of items as long as they're in the same folder. Yeah, let's delete that. Okay, so the next thing that we have here, well, the last one really of importance is right-click inventory to export object names to clipboard. So if you bring up the overall gesture list, so right now, by default, show active only is usually how you have it. So every gesture that you have enabled gets listed in here. And so what I've done is I've just added an option. If you go to the little gear icon, pop up the menu, you can now copy list to clipboard. And once you've done that, once again, I'm going to have to create a temporary note card just so that you can actually see it. And paste that. And so you'll see what you have here is you have the name of the animation, or the name of the gesture, the trigger for the gesture, and the hotkey, if any. So you can see AV Clothesline has a hotkey. Okay, great. So now you have a list of all your active gestures. What the heck good is that? I did this for a very specific reason. If you've ever carded with me, you've probably heard me talk about opening my move list, and possibly also complaining about how my move list is not up to date. Can you guess where this is going? That's right, I now have an easy way to update my move list, and I'm thinking I'd like to make it available to anybody who's interested. The idea is that you do the copy I just showed you, and give me a sec, I'm just going to set up my web browser here. And hold on. How do I? Yes, I know this is really bad. This is why I'm not a social influencer, right? Okay, now we gotta come over here. We gotta switch this. Boy, I hope this doesn't distort too badly. All right. Hopefully that's readable. I can't actually tell. I won't know till I render out the video. But this is a web page. And what you can do is you can come in here and go into this box and paste that list that you just copied out of Second Life with all your gestures. And you hit generate. And in a couple seconds, here's a list of triggers, names, and a brief description separated into categories. Now, this database is based on what I've built over the last couple of years, so obviously every move is not in here. Some of the descriptions might be wrong, but I don't know. It's a pretty good starting point, especially when you have quite a few and you'd like to actually have a look. For most of the moves, I wanted to put notes like, what does the move do? How do you line it up? How do you end up? Unless it was obvious, of course. And then the idea is that you can just hit this copy button, and then you can just go create a new document. Let me create a new document here. Okay, so where was I? We'll come back over here, copy, come back into here, and just paste it into a Word document. Well, Google Doc. You have to edit paste. Yeah, you have to edit paste. I've probably pasted it 5 times now because of copying. So you can see this last section here, there's no descriptions, so those are the ones that it didn't have descriptions in the database for. But all the initial stuff is here. If you did want to contribute to the database, let me know. There's also an online editor that will let you fix descriptions and categories and all that fun stuff. Anyway, that's it. I've already gone on longer than I wanted to, but that's everything I wanted to show off. There'll be a link down below as to where the web page is and where you can download the browser. Thanks.